Hi, founder. Andy Lyons here, 4 times founder and startup champion to founders around the world and host of the Startup Life live show, where I share Andelicious advice with first-time founders while amplifying diverse founder voices. I'm going to share with you 5 reasons why you need to be active on Twitter. Here's what I know to be true from 11 years of actively participating on my favorite social media bar, Twitter. And that is, I meet the nicest people. In fact, I have lasting friendships from folks I met on Twitter, whether it was on a tweet chat, remember those, or responding to a popular startup hashtag. It has always been easy to connect with like-minded people. And as a founder who wanted to build my online presence and social capital, I found Twitter to be the easiest way to get on a luminary's radar. For example, Arlen Hamilton, the popular investor and founder of Backstage Capital and author of It's About Damn Time, a must-read for all founders. For about a year, I retweeted and liked Arlen's tweets. I left comments on her tweets, and I amplified her work in the world on Twitter. When I showed up at Inbound in 2019, a popular event here in Boston, to watch her give a speech, I positioned myself between the green room and the stage so I could wave and yoo-hoo and take a photo of her as she walked by. Well, much to my delight, as she was walking from the green room to the stage, she looked right at me and said, "Andy Lyons, great to see you." And she came over and we had a photo op. And which is why the photo is a little shaky and blurry, because I was so excited to see her and meet her in person. Here's another ideal example for connecting with folks on Twitter. Maria Luna, founder of the Famigo app, formerly called the Bravo app. And back in 2018, I saw her pitch on Shark Tank. And when she was finished, I said out loud to the room, "You are the most outstanding female founder presenter I've ever seen on Shark Tank." And no sooner had those words left my mouth, but Lori Greiner said the same thing. Well, I tweeted what happened, and Maria commented and connected with me, and we've been online friends for 4 years, amplifying and empowering each other everywhere we go. These tactics will help you leverage Twitter for your advantage. Yes, founders, your customers are on Instagram and LinkedIn. That's where you want your brand to be and where you want to be amplifying your brand and connecting with your customers. But Twitter is where you're going to meet fellow founders, find the peer support you need, and amplify your founder brand. That's right, your founder brand. You're a founder and you need to step into your authority as a founder. And you need to let as many folks as possible know you are the leader and founder of your business. Twitter is also an ideal place to meet investors and build relationships with investors. Did you know that most investors are on Twitter? That's right. VCs and angels, they're on Twitter, they're engaging, a lot of times amongst themselves. I have a Twitter list for both, so please reach out to me and I'll share it with you, okay? Here's what you need to do. Hop onto investors' feeds, comment on their tweets, and connect with other founders and investors in the comment threads. And sometimes you can just learn about that person and go connect with them on LinkedIn. Build relationships in the comment threads. Then you're going to amplify that investor or fund's work in the world. And before you know it, you could have delicious tweet responses like these. And be sure to follow Lolita Taub and Mandela Shoemaker Hodge Dixon on Twitter. Both of these women will add so much value to your founder journey. And speaking of luminaries, sometimes you learn that they followed you back. I was researching Arianna Huffington about something on Twitter, and I fell off my chair when I saw that she was following me back. About 2,000 people she follows. I'm one of them. What? Twitter Spaces is another benefit of being on Twitter. It's a terrific way to increase connections and follows on Twitter. It's so easy to connect and follow with folks in a Twitter space. And because you're at the same event, they will often follow you back. It could be a fellow founder, a wannabe founder, or an investor on that Twitter Spaces. And here's a side benefit from being on Twitter. Most journalists find their stories on Twitter. So here's what I suggest. Start building your media relations with journalists in your category. Could be from a popular tech rag or fast company or entrepreneur or business insider, Forbes, or your local newspaper. Every journalist has an @ handle on Twitter. Connect with them, and who knows, you might be able to pitch them your next story, or they may come to you and do a story on you and your startup. And hello, Twitter is where I find many of the guests I have on the Startup Life Live show. Woohoo! If you're worried about the negative chatter on Twitter, don't follow anybody doing negative chattering. Okay? You can have boundaries. So if it's the political arena, religious, or just snarky people, don't follow them, don't engage with them, and don't be one yourself. And you will find that Twitter can be a very positive and uplifting platform for you and your business. One final note about Twitter. All the top brands have a customer service Twitter account because this is where folks go when they need help or want to give feedback, and the response to customer questions and concerns is immediate. All right? So think about this as you scale your business. We learn a lot from those big brands, and you would do well to have a customer service Twitter account for your brand as it scales. If you're on Twitter, please connect with me at Ande Lyons. And if you're not on Twitter, get on Twitter. Create an account for your founder name and your startup's name. I am so excited to connect with you and cheer for you at my favorite social media bar, Twitter. Until next time, I'm wishing you a delicious day everywhere you glow.